Hey, this is Robert Jigger. This is a review of Lefokeng Bush Camp in Dinokeng, as well as an update from our previous review. To get to Dinokeng, it's about 100 kilometers from Johannesburg or 60 kilometers from Pretoria. Straight shot up the N1, turn off at Hammanskraal and go to the main gate. The N1, of course, is tar all the way. It's tar once you turn off at the Hammanskraal off ramp, and then it's tar to the Tau gate, which is the recommended entrance gate, past Safari Mall, and then the first bit of dirt road is Lefokeng Drift. So you turn off after Safari Mall on Lefokeng Drift, turn right, and it's dirt road all the way to the gate, Visant Gate. Get through Visant Gate, dirt road again, follow that dirt road till you get to the power lines, turn left to the power lines, and a couple of hundred meters after that you'll see the entrance to Lefokeng Bush Camp. You pretty much get here with any kind of vehicle, although the dirt road Lefokeng Drift section of the dirt road is sometimes quite corrugated, but you can go slowly over that. You don't need any kind of special vehicle to get here. The same goes for trailers and caravans. You can pretty much tow any kind of trailer or caravan here. Like I said, over those corrugated sections you may need to go a little bit slower than usual, but you can pretty much come here with any kind of vehicle and trailer towing setup. So we've come to chart one of the new upgraded campsites, which has private ablutions and electricity. Campsite surface is not grass, so it's bare ground. It's a little bit stony, so there's lots of little stones, which is fine. It's good because when it rains as well, it won't get very muddy here. So it's basically just a cleared out, nice, relatively level surface as well for camping. A little bit difficult to get your pegs in because of course there are stones, but that's the nature of the ground in this area. There's decent separation between the campsites with bush in between. In the winter now that bush is a bit sparse because there's no leaves, so you can see through to the other campsites. Summer is a bit more lush, so there's a bit more privacy, but all the same these are individual campsites with a good amount of bush between them. I'd say about varying from 10 to 20 meters per campsite. It is probably a good idea to bring some sort of shade, so awning or tarpaulin or whatever you have that works as shade for you, because it can get really hot here, especially in the summer, so easily 35 degrees Celsius. So shade's an important thing to consider. The campsites are various sizes. They're relatively large, so a number of the camp sizes have a maximum capacity of 8 people with 2 caravans or 2 trailer setups, and that goes down to smaller campsites. So there's campsites with 6 people, campsites for 4 people with 1 caravan or 1 trailer setup. The campsite we're on now, or the private ablution campsites, maximum 8 people, maximum 2 caravans or trailers, and a maximum of 8 people, as I've mentioned. So for us, this is a lot of space. You could easily fit a nice small group here and have a nice weekend out in the bush. What's at our private ablution campsite? We have electricity and we have lighting as well. So there's lighting for the kitchen area and lighting in the bathroom too. There is a bathroom that has a shower with hot and cold water, basin as well with hot and cold water, with a mirror and a toilet. Hot water is via gas water heater. One of the nice things about the bathroom is that there's lots of hooks and railings, so you can hang your towels and hang stuff and put your soap and so on. So very convenient. There's also stools, so you can sit on the stool if that's convenient for you, take your shoes off and whatever else, put stuff on top of. So it's a very well thought out bathroom setup. I'm going to say that it is one of the best that we have come across in all the campsites that we've been to. The shower is fantastic. It's an open air setup, so really nice to have a shower, especially in the daytime. It's nice and warm in there, and at night, of course, that's fine, except in the winter. It might be a little bit chilly if it's windy, but very nice shower setup. Alternatively, of course, if you are set up to camp without electricity, or if you want one of the off-grid sites, then that's great as well. There are 13 campsites in total, of which 5 have electricity and 8 have no power. So make sure that if you want electricity, that you book one of the sites with electricity. Now, in our last review, we mentioned that there were bathrooms, communal bathrooms, and that the toilets were in the bathrooms as well. So that might lead to a bit of queuing and so on at peak bathroom use times. That has been upgraded, and now there are separate toilets as well. So very much sufficient bathroom and toilet facilities for the communal setup. This is a fenced camping area. So there's a game fence, an electrified game fence around Lefokeng. This is the only Big 5 park within Gauteng province. So if you like, or if you don't like wild camping, if you're worried about wild camping, then this is a great site because it is fully fenced. So what can you buy here? You can get wood, you can get ice as well. Otherwise, you've got to bring most of your stuff with you. There is Safari Mall here in Dinokeng, so you can get a lot of basic stuff there, and a fuel station and a little pub as well, if I remember correctly. So nice little convenience spot as well to get some basics and get some fuel and so on. Hammanskraal is close by as well, maybe 20 or so kilometers away. Obviously, you're only driving 60 to 100 k's from Pretoria or Johannesburg, so you can bring quite a bit of stuff with you. You do have to bring all your food and all your consumables and so on. So you can only pretty much get wood and ice here. Wood is available, you walk, you get it yourself. Ice, you send a WhatsApp and they deliver it to your site. When you book your campsite as pre-assigned, of course, you can request a specific campsite. So that's lovely as well. I am 100% a fan of that. I think you must have your campsite assigned. I wish all campsites would do that, so that when you get your whatever time, there's no issues around where's my campsite and this and that and going around and looking for a campsite. It's assigned, and that I think is the way to do it. There's good cell phone signal, there's good data signal as well. We are pretty close to significant towns. Management, upkeep and maintenance. It's very good. Campsites 100% clean. All the times we've been here, it's been fantastic. Everything works, nothing's broken, things are put together very nicely. The bathroom is very well thought out, very nicely put together and constructed, and everything works. And the hot water tap has a red thing and the cold water tap has a blue thing, and nothing irritates me more than going to a shower and then there's two taps and you don't know which one's hot and which one's cold and stuff. So attention to detail done very well. Campsite's really well managed, so cannot fault it. And once you're checked in and stuff, the owner does come around occasionally to check and just see that everything's in order. So another tick for Lefokeng, nicely done. Costs, right, as specially requested a number of times by many people, we have costs now in our campsite reviews, and take note of course that depending when you see this review, those costs may change. We're here in 2024 and the costs are as follows. We at a private ablutions campsite and it is 650 Rand for a night, and that's for up to 4 people. And then for every extra person, it's 110 Rand per night. So all of those costs per night are for 4 people with 110 Rand per person extra per night after the 4 people. Power sites with communal ablutions, 550 Rand per night, and then for every extra person, another 110 Rand. The non-power sites, aka off-grid sites, those are 450 Rand per night plus another 110 Rand per person per night thereafter. Also note that when you come into Dinokeng, you've got to pay your conservation fees as well. And you also have to pay a vehicle fee. So that's quite normal for entering a conservation area. You would pay a bit more in a national park. I think at this stage it's 100 Rand per person plus your vehicle fee. Stuff to do at Lefokeng and in Dinokeng. Firstly, at Lefokeng, there's a really nice swimming pool. It's a nice big swimming pool and it does get really hot here. So that's a nice facility to have. You can also use the Boma area if you've got a large group of people, so it's a nice sociable setup as well. Because we're inside Dinokeng and the campsites are on the fence, or the outer campsites are on the fence, there's some inner campsites that are not on the fence. You can see game or view wildlife through the fence, and there's quite a bit of birding as well. The winter's not as productive as the summertime, but definitely this is a nature conservation area with a number of animals and wildlife, and it's a big fat nature conservation area. So while we're here, we've seen some kudu and a few other animals. It's winter though, so you know, not as active as in the summertime. Now of course, because you're in Dinokeng, you can get a self-drive permit when you enter the conservation area, and then you can self-drive around Dinokeng and go look for the wildlife. Notables, dangers and hazards. Not many. It's a properly fenced campsite. We haven't seen any baboons or monkeys. We've been camping at Lefokeng a couple of times and in Dinokeng a few times, and we've never had such interactions. Obviously, you're in the bush, be sensible, take sensible precautions as you would normally. And it can get really hot here, at least mid 30s degrees Celsius. So that is something to be aware of. One of the things to note is that Dinokeng, being in Gauteng, is pretty close to the surrounding communities, and also that's a nature conservation area. There are a number of private homes and plots and etc. and other types of good lodging and so on within Dinokeng. So there is a little bit of noise from time to time. It depends on where you are and what weekend you get here and that sort of thing. So you can at times hear some of the noise from the surrounding areas. So if you come here on a rugby weekend, you might hear a bit of rugby noise and that sort of stuff. We've had a really good time here. It's been very quiet. We had a very short stint of music we could hear yesterday evening, and that was it. So be aware of that. That is the nature of being in Dinokeng. What type of camper is Lefokeng Bush Camp for? Pretty much anyone. It's very well positioned, easy to get to. It's all tar road from Pretoria or Johannesburg. Hammanskraal is 20 kilometers away. The sections of dirt road that are here are pretty easy to traverse. So you can come here with any kind of vehicle, any kind of trailer or towing setup. So pretty much anybody can come and camp here. The fact that it's in a nature conservation area and it's properly fenced with an electric fence, and that there's a little shopping area in Dinokeng, which is Safari Mall, with fuel and basic foodstuffs and so on, and an entertainment area, means that pretty much anybody can come and camp here. It's really easy going. The campsite is very well set up. Depending on your preference, you can have electricity and lighting or not, but there's definitely water, there's a swimming pool. It's a fantastic setup. I think anybody can pretty much come and camp here. So would I recommend Lefokeng? Absolutely, 100%. Really great campsite, very easy to get to from Joburg or Pretoria. I highly recommend it. I think that this is kind of now becoming one of our easy go-to campsites if we want to get away for the weekend. Right, quick recap. At our private ablution campsite, which is Elephant, or the Elephant site, what is here? There is electricity, there is lighting for the bathroom and kitchen, there is a bathroom and kitchen, there is a braai stand, there is a dustbin, there is potable water, there is hot and cold water as well from gas-fired setup. The campsite is nice and clear. There is shade, but not so much, but that's kind of the nature of where we are camping right now. There is a wash-up station for your cutlery, etc., and a little concrete or cement surface rather, where you can do food prep or dry your stuff or put stuff down. And there's access to the communal facilities, which is a swimming pool, and you can get your wood here and you can order ice. So pretty much everything that you could wish for at a campsite of this nature. There's also cell phone signal and data signal too. What isn't here? Not much. Could be more shade, but it's not really plausible under these circumstances. Yeah, there's everything here. So, hope you found that informative. If you did, hit the like button. Check out my other review as well, which is a little bit older, so a little bit more dated. There have been a couple of updates, which we have seen in this particular episode, but check that out also for the other campsites, a bit more information there. And as always, if you haven't subscribed, do subscribe. If you are subscribed, thanks for the support, appreciate it. Leave a comment below, leave a question below. And until the next episode, go everywhere, see everything, have a great time.